This person asks, is there a tactic for dealing with people who are willing to admit to something silly rather than concede the argument? I guess that yes, the answer is yes, and the tactic is laughter, derision. Because what are you going to do? You can lay out a case that makes sense, and a person says, I would rather believe the silly thing rather than the smart thing. And I freely admit that my view is silly and yours is smart, but I'm going to cling to that for whatever reason. That's contemptible. That's intellectually dishonest. Now, I say that a little bit tongue-in-cheek, that this is the tactic to use, because I am not going to just break out in laughter when somebody says this. But it is an appropriate response, derision. What I think you might actually do in a situation like that is simply point this out vigorously. That is, accuse the person in a charitable fashion of intellectual dishonesty. And that sounds something like this. You know, we've been talking for a while about reasons for and against certain ideas, and you are now freely admitting you're ignoring the evidence and you're clinging to an idea that looks pretty silly. Well, that's intellectually dishonest. You are adopting an idea for the wrong reasons. I'm not entirely sure what those reasons are. Maybe you have a prejudice towards this view. Maybe you have an emotional attachment to it. I don't know. But this is intellectually dishonest. So I am comfortable pointing out intellectual dishonesty where I see it, as long as I carefully describe the particular thing that is being dishonest, and then I ask the people to respond. And it may be that I just have to walk away from this, because you can't convince all the people all the time. I mean, there is no silver bullet that's going to do the job here for everybody. There are a number of reasons that people reject things, and only one of them is a rational reason. Sometimes people reject it for emotional reasons or prejudicial reasons. Sometimes they're just plain old bullheaded. And if you run into that circumstance, I think it's fair to point that out, that this is what's going on, do it in a charitable way, and then let it lie.